All right, what's up, YouTube? Here we go. Thursday, the 17th. Got some Russia news overnight this morning, looks like. Causing the market to pull back. Fed minutes, I thought they were kind of a nothing burger yesterday just because it was like old data. It was from their January meeting, which they've already had another meeting on this Monday. Already had more economic data since then, like the February CPI and PPI. So, yeah, I think that was kind of. I think this rally was a little kind of dumb. I don't know who was buying at the close, but not sure that was the best decision for those that were buying into the close. Yeah, good morning, Greg. Over in YouTube, we got John Malone, Jam Dad, Liam, Hakuna Matata. Nice. Good morning, Albert. Do have some interesting earnings. Nvidia, I thought their earnings were great. So I guess only being down 2% is pretty good in this environment, right? After disasters like Fastly, I mean, is anyone really still owning this stock? I mean, you just had to have been selling this thing at some point this last year. So, yeah, Fastly's a total disaster. Probably never comes back, and I wouldn't touch it. At this point, this is one of the first bubbles to burst. Let's see. It is down 84% from the highs. Making new lows, you got to go. And just getting crushed in every single earnings. I see zero reason to own that. Morning, Maggie. What's up, Haley? What else reported? So Shopify yesterday, it didn't gap into this red zone, but it did close down there. This is not a great close on Fastly. Fastly's gonna, or sorry, Shop. Shop's probably gonna go lower, maybe a couple inside days, and then roll lower. It's gonna need to like double bottom or something. Facebook, ugh, made and closed out a new low yesterday, aka Meta. Zuckerberg with some weird memo out to everyone calling them Meta mates. Roku, I don't see how Roku doesn't get just killed tonight on earnings. I think this thing is going to pull like a Shopify. You know, huge double top. Yeah, I mean that's okay, John. If you bought to put at 25, you should be able to get out this morning. I doubt there's that big of a move priced into it. What's another one? Dash gapping up. I would be a seller of this. Rip. There's way too many bag holders on this thing. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think this one's gonna fade. I don't know what it is about Thursdays. Is the only morning that I do the YouTube thing, and it's the only day I'm on the mic in the beginner room, and it seems like it's always a bearish day. I don't know what it is about Thursdays, but especially the last few weeks, I mean, it's just been bear city. So keeping with that, I want to show you something that another trader showed me. I'm not a huge believer in these moving average crosses, but let's take the 20-day and the 200. So the 20, just regular moving average, not exponential, is the red line here. And then the green line is the 200. So these things are about to cross right here. The last time these things crossed was over here. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to have another like COVID crash. I don't think that's going to happen. But the last few times, here's another one. We end up resolving lower. The last few times, this shorter term moving average crossing with the longer term. Here's one right here. Boom. Cross back down again there. They've all been, it's all been followed by some further droppage. Now again, it hasn't crossed yet, but it's like very, very close. Here's another one, 2011. Got that cross. This one, I mean, we went a little lower, not like tremendously lower, so it doesn't have to be the end of the world. This one, kind of nasty. Like, let's say we're right here, and it like barely touches, and then it rolls over here. I mean, that was pretty brutal. And then over here, again, we had a little bit of a move down, but not a whole lot. This is another big one, 2000. This one, it gave a little drop, not too much. This one definitely gave a drop. So it's pretty on point. Pretty on point. So we'll see what happens. Question on the 10 EMA, if we don't clear the high or low, we have to wait 20 minutes, even if daily bearish candle. No, if it's a bearish candle and it gaps above the open, yeah, you still have to wait 20 minutes, but you can trade it after 20 minutes. Otherwise, you have to wait an hour. What do I think we'll do okay with inflation this year? Financials, energy stocks. I mean, the problem is you're like a little late to that because I think the Fed is going now. If the Fed is just not going to do anything, which they haven't done anything yet, so inflation's still rampaging. But I think the market's going to force the Fed to start jacking rates. But in that case, I think you still want to be in financials. You do not want to be in pile of tears type stuff. Palantir, aka pile of tears. So many people losing money in this. I was in this as well, but once we broke 20 right here, I bought puts and they closed in the money and I sold my shares with the $20 puts. This thing probably comes back down into 10, 11 bucks. Otherwise, the other thing is cash is a position. Yes, you will be losing some money to inflation. But if you're in a stock that pulls back 20%, would you rather lose a couple percent to inflation or would you rather lose 20% on a stock? When I think the Fed just it's going to cause a bust cycle. It's already started. So most things are going to lose. You just want to not lose a lot. Every account's going to have drawdowns. You just want to try to make the drawdown not as bad. I mean, look at the Qs. We failed. We just keep failing, making lower highs. IWM's at an interesting spot. Again, they have a lot more banks and energy in there. Back over to SPY. So like if I look at ES, I think we're going to need to come in and test this 4420 area again. I think it's like this mid-level support. And then from there, I think we're going to have to come down into here is your next level. This is obvious resistance of 4,500 right around here. So, yeah, I would just be really careful on what you're playing. I'm not in a lot of swing trades. More day trading for like quick moves. Like yesterday, I traded Apple right here. We were in right here. I was out 171 like 11 for like half an hour, and pretty much done for the day. Same setup over on Tesla. There was a little bit of a news spike, so you got a little bit more on that one. AMD just never really worked bullish except for over here. I was off the Fed minutes. Got a little move here in Nvidia. Got it on the rollover. There are a couple good plays on that one. And then Roblox got absolutely swashbuckled yesterday. There are definitely some chances to play that bearish. You buy at the money puts on bearish trends. Yeah, usually when I buy puts, Donna, it's at the money or one or two strikes out of the money. Like so PayPal or Pay Enemy. I guess technically I'm still in this until tomorrow. When this gap down happened up here, I bought my long put was 180. So it was like one strike out of the money, maybe two, but it wasn't cheap. It definitely costs money, but I'd rather spend the money, and I'm only gonna lose like $1,700 on PayPal versus if I didn't have this put. And like the puts help protect you from massive catastrophic losses. So this put is now worth like $6,000. So I'd rather have the put and not need it for, and say it goes up and I lose $800 or whatever on the put. But yeah, you can buy puts in the IRAs. Paul, I just think you want to. The way I approach it is I like to have a core position of indices, and then I like to pick stocks, kind of like little satellites around that core position of indices. But it's definitely, outside of like small amounts of speculation. I think this type of market, and it's not financial advice. You probably want to be in stocks that have earnings power. They can raise their prices with inflation, and they're actually making money. Like Peloton. Like no one's coming to save Peloton. This thing's probably going to zero one day. Crocs. Yeah, this is a bear 10 EMA trigger. Pretty much like I think Jerremy published this trade, so yeah. So this isn't one that like only in our. There you go. Got a couple holes in the earnings on Crocs. Not looking great. I kind of like Disney down here. I mean, I'm already in, but I think that you could buy some dips on Disney if we get one. Their earnings are strong. They make money. Got some good growth. They definitely got pricing power. I mean, people are going to pay whatever to go to the parks. So I'm in a smaller position. It's not huge. If we can get a little pullback, I'll add to it. I like Disney. I like Google. Obviously, I would like more pullbacks. I did add a couple shares over here. Do I like it short too, Crocs? Yeah. I mean, you're definitely at support. Like, I get why you didn't want to short over here because earnings. You're definitely at some support. But if this support breaks, like, it's going to fill this gap probably down to 85. But I do like Google. I do still like Apple. I would like to add back to Apple lower. Because if the overall market pulls back, Apple's gonna have to pull back too. I mean, this thing's literally been holding up the market all by itself, pretty much. Microsoft's probably good longer term. It's just you want to try to buy it lower. Amazon, I don't know. I didn't really like their last earnings. I sold 25% of my Amazon into this move up. I thought the earnings weren't really that great. I'm riding the lightning on this square put. I'm gonna hold it. We'll see if I get put shares on Friday or not. Airbnb, I'm probably gonna get called away, which I'm cool with that. That was just a little bit of a wheel strategy. Cisco's gapping up, kind of nice, but it's gapping into resistance, so it probably fades a little bit. For banks, I like JP Morgan and Morgan, and then I like KRE. This is a regional banking ETF. For energy, you can just buy XLE if you want. Obviously, I would try to buy on pullbacks. You kind of got that here and a little bit there. If as long as it's breaking it, so even if it's just the wick, yeah. What about KAR? What is this? Car auction services. I'm gonna go with no. Probably bearish. It probably has terrible option contracts. Let's see. Go look at the option chain. Yeah, the option chain on this kind of sucks. There's only strikes every $2.50. Almost zero open interest. I mean, there's literally 15. There's some more there. It's literally it's like 300 open interest for all of March put side, and then maybe like 100 on the calls. So I probably would look elsewhere. You definitely could look at something on Roku if you like earnings plays. Probably some type of strangle. Why wouldn't this thing have a massive gap down? I don't know. I have a feeling that's going to get crushed. So Roblox, let's see what one of these are going to qualify. So Apple is gapping below the open. Let me go back to pulling this up. So first 20 minutes. Yeah. We'd still have to wait 20 minutes, but then we could trade it. Any of these clearing? I think Delta is the only one that's going to qualify at open. Kroger. So Kroger, there were some folks in a swing trade bullish. It was looking great, but it traded right into this exact resistance point and just got got punched right in the face. So that reversed. Bank of America. I think this is probably buyable on a dip. If rates go up, Bank of America gonna make some money. Here's your 10-year hovering right around 2%. TLT, going lower. That means rates are going higher. Some of the Ukraine Russia stuff might cause people to actually buy bonds because if they're scared, that could slow it down a little bit though. Here's crude. I mean, tons of backwardation on crude. Look at this. Pretty wild. This curve is so huge though. It's like right there. I'm like almost in 2023. I think they should have a way. Oh, can I zoom in on this? Nice. Okay. All right, Trading View. Look at Trading View go. That this is basically telling you the price of oil like on the front month contracts is higher than like future contracts. It's called backwardation. And tangos if it would be flipped. So yeah, we're up pretty good for the month. So I'm not going to be super like aggressive, especially when the market's been so choppy. Some patience in the morning. I think most of the good trades have really come like not only after the first hour. I think like 2 hours in. It seems like is where a lot of the good trades have come. But some of the opening shakeout happened. CRNC. Oh, looks like a disaster. Probably going lower. Maybe gets a little pop, but then it probably rolls over again. Looks like a pretty nasty gap on earnings. Tried to bounce, got sold, probably headed lower. A lot of stocks like this, like I think they all give back most of their, if not all of their gains from the pandemic. Like Shopify, it's probably going to come all the way down into like 600, right above 600. Similar like Wix, it gave back the entire, I mean, not only the entire move, it's like even lower total round trip on a lot of these things. Kathy Wood still getting creamed. She bought an absolute ton of Roblox yesterday. So you got a pennant pattern that's like 3 weeks long, and it looks like it's breaking to the downside. So my guess is more pain for Kathy Wood and the traders of the Lost Ark. What's up, Matt? Is it this button? Pain. Yeah, that's my prediction for Kathy and the traders of the Lost Ark. More pain. What were some other ones that were gapping big? I know some people all over Twitter were in this one. Ample or amplitude or something like that. Getting absolutely destroyed. Whatever they're doing, I mean, they're amplifying losses to your portfolio. This thing is down 38% on earnings. Oh. Oh, I mean, I wouldn't come in and short it now. It's down so far. This thing looks like a complete disaster. Yeah, that thing is crushed. Good luck to anyone in that one. Fastly crushed. AppLovin crushed. Altice getting destroyed. Pile of tears going lower. Toast. The puns are going to be too easy on this one. Someone left this one in the toaster a little too long. It's getting burned. What it's doing to the shareholders is burning them. I know people, I don't know why, but people like some of these things I see on FinTwit, and they're they just continue to get beat to hell. I mean, like Affirm, probably one of the dumbest business ideas that I've ever seen. Buy now, pay never. Looks like it's going lower. Tons of bag holders, huge volume, making new lows. I wouldn't touch this thing either. SoFi is actually holding up okay, and Upstart holding up all right. I actually thought SoFi might get a little bit more of a boost off of Super Bowl, but I guess it does have earnings coming up. Probably gets killed on earnings though. The CEO's like, we're not a bank. We just have a banking charter. It's like, oh, so you're a bank, bro. This one going to the Blimey Deep, C Limited. I mean, all these things are just getting torched. So these are probably not the ones you want to be in. All right, let's go take one more look. So Delta qualifies to be traded out the gate. Apple, no. Roblox, no. AMD, no. Tesla, no. And Nvidia, not quite. Probably going to need to wait. Which is cool. Like I said, most of the good trades have been taking place about an hour and a half, 2 hours in. So it's like an hour, 15 minutes or so. This one on AMD the other day was an hour and a half in. Breakdown was an hour and a half in. Yeah, about an hour and a half. Upstart stock chart reminds me of the meme where it says bot top here. Brag about being long on the gap up. Yeah. Yeah. I think Puru was long on this thing. He's like down 38% in the opening 3-minute candle on earnings. So he's probably going to dump this one. He dumped his Affirm. He was right on some of the macro rollover stuff. I think he's way early buying all these other stocks and probably wrong. Walmart had really good earnings. They just are sitting on a pile of money. Pile of money. They raised their dividend and they're going to have like a $10 billion buyback. But they got some tough comps coming up. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out, YouTube. I'm going to close down the stream there. And you can check us out, reallifetrading.com, and come trade with us every day. see y'all next week. Hopefully it'll be like a bullish day next time I'm on. But yeah, it seems like every time it's bearish. So